the ad hoc wireless networks. What are the challenges and what are the opportunities? So, from the current scenario, we will discuss how the ad hoc wireless network is applicable. So, and why ad hoc wireless network is need. So we can say that right now we are facing the various issues. We are facing the different problems. Right now we can consider the current situation. The situation is that right now the issues between India and China. So what is happening? That there is a situation of war between India and China. So if we can consider a scenario when China has attacked our communication system at the border or at the Ladakh. So, in that situation, what we can do? What is the solution when our established communication system has been destroyed? So, I think in this scenario, the ad hoc wireless network is the solution for that. Not only the single scenario, but apart from that, there are many scenarios where we can use ad hoc wireless networks. So even right now, the in various states, the different states are fighting with flood situation also. So in the case of the flood situation also, if we want to monitor the flood problem, or uh, uh, we want to monitor the search and rescue operation, or if we want to monitor the operation at the battleground. So in all the situations, the ad hoc wireless network is the applicable. Even from the current corona problem, even for this issue, say for example, if I want to monitor the movement of the patients, or the movement of the patient in any hospital. So at particular region, if we want to monitor the activity of the patients, so in this situation also the ad hoc wireless network is applicable. So why ad hoc wireless network? The problem is that if we are using the current or the existing wired network or the wireless network, so the problem in cellular network or with the existing wireless network is that in wireless network or in the wired network, every component, or you can say that every devices are fixed. But in ad hoc wireless networks, all the devices are not fixed. In ad hoc wireless networks, so all the components are fixed. So lot of hardwares are required, and even for the installation of all these equipments take a lot of time. So it is not feasible to implement or to establish the existing wired network or wireless network within a single day. Within a single day, say for example, if China attacked our radar system, or China attacked our communication system, or any other country attacked our communication system, so it is not possible, or so it is not feasible to establish the communication system within a single day or within a few hours. So for that, the ad hoc wireless network is the solution. So how it is different? So ad hoc wireless network is different from the cellular network. So in cellular network, all the equipments, all the devices are fixed. That is why we say that existing wireless network is the fixed infrastructure network, whereas ad hoc wireless network is the infrastructure less network. So we can say that and firstly, what is ad hoc wireless network? So ad hoc wireless network is the infrastructure less network that work without any central coordination. S- um, so we can say that ad hoc wireless network is the infrastructure less network that work without any central coordination. And in cellular network or wireless network, it operates according to the single hop communication. Say if you want to transmit the data, so from the router to the user, or from the base station to the router, and then to the user. So this is a single hop communication, whereas in ad hoc wireless network it support the multi hop communication, or it support the multi hop communications. So what is meant by multi hop communication? So in ad hoc wireless network, every devices or every node, say every node means, say for example, if I am or if I am using a device laptop, if I am using a device like camera, if whatever the device we are using, even me, I myself represent the nodes. Even if you can take the scenario at the battleground, so every soldier is represented by a node. Even the various devices equipped with the soldier, it also represent the different type of nodes. Say for example, radar also represent the nodes. The soldier is also represented by the nodes. Even various handheld devices like palm top, laptop, and cameras, so all the devices is represented by the nodes in the ad hoc wireless networks. So if we want to communicate, say for example, if one army in a specific region, he wants to communicate with another army in the specific region, so he want to share the video, he want to share the audio. So for all that, the various equipments or the various devices represent the nodes. So how the communication will be done among all the nodes? That will be through multi-hop communication. So what is meant by multi-hop communication? If in ad hoc wireless network, data is transmitted from source to receiver. So among all, from source to receiver, there are various nodes. So each and every nodes act as a transceiver. That doesn't happen in the wireless network or in the wired network. So what happened in wireless network or in the wired network, let's say for example, a router is fixed, so only router is responsible for the routing or for the transmitting the data to the transmitter. But it doesn't happen in the ad hoc wireless network. In ad hoc wireless network, each and every node act as a transceiver. So the source can transmit their data to the neighboring node, so and neighboring node can transmit data to the their neighboring node, and so on. The data reaches to the destination. That is why I have told here that ad hoc wireless network support the multi hop communication. And another difference is that the wireless network or the cellular network, it support guaranteed bandwidth, whereas the ad hoc wireless network, it uses unlicensed band, ISM band, 2.4 gigahertz shared radio channel. So we have to use the shared radio channel in the ad hoc wireless network, and that is why we have to design the MAC layer protocol carefully. And the next difference is wireless network or the cellular network, it support centralized routing, whereas ad hoc wireless network support distributed routing. So what is meant the existing cellular network, the data is handled by the main router or by the fixed router. That is why, or it is handled by the base station. That is why it support the central routing, whereas in ad hoc wireless network it support the distributed routing. I have already told right now that in ad hoc wireless network, each and every node act as a transceiver. So say for example, if the source transmitted the data to their neighboring nodes, so the neighboring nodes transmit their data to other neighboring nodes. So in intermediate nodes can transmit the data as well as receive the data. So it will act in routing also. That is why This support distributed routing. And the existing cellular network or the existing wireless network, it involves high cost and time of deployment. So here the lot of hardware and lot of fixed infrastructure is required. So within a single day of time frame or within a short span of time, it cannot be established. And even there is a lot of hardware is required. So high cost is also required in the cellular network. That is why we have switched towards the ad hoc wireless network. For the establishment of ad hoc wireless network, it is quick and cost effective deployment. Here there is no fixed infrastructure, there is no fixed router, there is no fixed base station. So that is why here in each and every nodes act as an transceiver. So within a single day of time frame we can establish the ad hoc wireless network. That is why it is cost effective. And in cellular network, low call drops during handoffs, whereas in ad hoc wireless networks, due to in ad hoc wireless network, every devices are mobile. Say for example, if at the battleground, the various soldiers are mobile. If the current position of the one soldiers right now is here, so after some time the position of the soldiers is changes continuously. So we can say that if we have created the ad hoc wireless network, then all the nodes in the ad hoc wireless networks are mobile. Due to mobility of the nodes, frequent path breaks occurs in the ad hoc wireless networks. And in existing cellular network, it is easier to employ bandwidth reservation. But in ad hoc wireless network, the bandwidth reservation requires complex medium access protocol. So why we need bandwidth reservation? So if we want to provide quality of services, say for example, if the Prime Minister of India or the scientist from across the globe wants to share their findings, or the Prime Minister of India wants to address to the country about the corona awareness. So in this situation, we don't want to we will not interested to delay in our existing network. So for provide the quality of services, we need bandwidth reservation. So in cellular network, it is easier to apply the bandwidth reservation, whereas in ad hoc wireless network, it is necessary to reserve the bandwidth, but for that we want to implement or we want to design the medium access control protocol carefully. And in the existing cellular network, high cost of network maintenance, I have already told that there is a lot of fixed infrastructure. So for handling of each and every infrastructure, we need high cost of network performance. But in ad hoc wireless network, the all the nodes are very intelligent, all the nodes are very smart in the sense that it takes decision itself. Say for example, if I want to if any node from the if any nodes want to transmit their data from source to the destination, if one node has been failed, so it automatically readjust their path or self organize their path, and according to the shortest path it will send data from source to the destination. That is why it is self organization and maintenance properties are built in the network. And mobile hosts are relatively low complexity. In a cellular network, mobile hosts are all the mobile hosts are relatively low complexity, whereas in ad hoc wireless networks, mobile hosts require more intelligence. So what are the various applications of ad hoc wireless networks? So there are various applications in military applications. I have already told, say for example, there is a war going on between India or Pakistan, or there is a war going on between any two countries. So one country, if the one country has been destroyed the communication system of another countries. So in this situation, the ad hoc wireless network is the solution for that. So it is applicable for military applications, and apart from that it is very useful in the collaborating or distributive computing. So what is meant by collaborative or distributive computing? For example, if there is a research going on corona, and some researchers, for example from America or from Italy, they have find the solutions of the corona. So if they have found the solution or the medicines of the corona, and they want to share their findings or their analysis to the another part of the countries, so for that they will establish the ad hoc wireless network. That is why it is very applicable in collaborative and distributive computing. Even right now, if I am talking to you all, and if I am sharing my ideas to you and everyone, so for these applications also, ad hoc wireless network is very applicable. Even if we are seeing the various live program, if we are seeing the various conference program, video conferencing program, and right now we are daily using the video conferencing program. So all are the example of the ad hoc wireless networks. Even apart from that, it is applicable in emergency operations. Like there is a suddenly we are facing the different natural calamity, like from earthquake, if our communication has been destroyed, even from the floods, if our communication systems has been destroyed. So what we can do? So for that, from that for all the scenario, even the in various hilly areas, from the landslides or in the different right now the rain is coming or the monsoon is coming. So we will face in various states the flood problem. So if due to floods, we always listen or we hear that the transport has been blocked or the communication system has been blocked. So for all the problems, what is the solution that is that can be implemented or that can be established within a single day? So for that, the ad hoc wireless network is the solution. So we can say that ad hoc wireless network is applicable for all the emergency operations. So till now, what I have discussed about the ad hoc, the definition or the concept of the ad hoc wireless network. So from the concept of ad hoc wireless network, we can understand that ad hoc wireless network is applicable for a specific purpose. Ad hoc wireless network is applicable for particular scenario. So, so one of the scenario is for emergency operations, and another example is wireless sensor network. So right now, if we want to monitor the agricultural farming, if we want to monitor the patient's movement in the various hospitals, if we want to monitor the mm, fire on the mountains. So in even if we want to monitor the gas leakage in the societies, so for all the applications, wireless network is the solution. So wireless network is the part of the ad hoc wireless network. Although there is a difference between ad hoc wireless network and in the wireless sensor networks. So what happen? So what is the difference between ad hoc wireless network and in the wireless sensor network? Is that in ad hoc wireless network, the nodes are deployed at very large distance, but in the wireless networks, the nodes are deployed very densely, because the transmission range or the sensing range of the wireless network network is very small. That is why the wireless nodes are deployed very densely in the specified region. So the difference between ad hoc wireless network and in the sensor network is the deployment of the nodes at certain distance. So in wireless network, the nodes are deployed at very small distance, whereas in ad hoc wireless networks, the nodes are deployed at very large distances. So that is why the ad hoc wireless network is applicable for the wireless sensor network. So apart from that, there are various application. There are various uses in home appliances as well. Say for example, a smart sensor actuator embedded in consumer electronics. So for this application also, ad hoc wireless network is applicable. Even for the body area network. So right now, to if we want to interested in health monitoring of the patients, so at that time we will deploy the various sensors on his body so that we can analyze his external or the internal parameter. uh, so it is also applicable in body area networks. Apart from that, that it is also useful in data tracking of environmental condition, animal movement, chemical or biological changes. So in all the applications, ad hoc wireless network is applicable. So apart from that, it is useful in health monitoring system, I have already discussed. Apart from that, it is applicable in smart transportation system. So we have heard about VANET, vehicular ad hoc network. So in vehicular ad hoc network, the ad hoc wireless networks algorithms are used. So ad hoc wireless network is applicable in a smart transportation system. Even apart from that, it is also applicable for agricultural monitoring system. Say for example, if we are interested in monitoring the agricultural parameter of the field, so for that we have to deploy the various nodes surrounding the agricultural field, so we can monitor the various parameter of the agricultural field or the crops. So for that, if for monitoring the agricultural monitoring system, we want to develop the ad hoc wireless network algorithm for the monitoring the agricultural parameters. So in all these applications, so in all this scenario, ad hoc wireless network is the solution. And even from current perspective, right now, due to corona problem, we the different peoples are we all are right now in the home, and we are doing work from home. We are teaching the online mode. So even from current perspective, the significance of ad hoc wireless network is more. And even in various IoT applications as well, in security system or or monitoring of any parameters. So in different IoT applications also, ad hoc wireless network is applicable. So these are all where we can use the ad hoc wireless network. So what are the various issues and what are the various problem domain where we can implement the ad hoc wireless networks? So there are various layers. So first, add the medium access scheme. So at the MAC layer, say for example, if we want to transmit the data, so for transmission of the data from the source to receiver, what is the first requirement? So first requirement is that we want to access the channel carefully. So for access the channel, we we have to use the medium access scheme. Say for example, uh, if we want to access the channel, so for access the channel, what will be the our algorithm, how we can implement, or how we can utilize the current uh, the current MAC layer protocol. So we have to design the MAC layer protocol carefully. So for all that, the various medium access schemes is the distribution. If we want to implement, or if we want to design the MAC layer protocol, so it should be distribution operation. And second one, synchronization is required in TDMA based system. If we want to transmit data from the source to the destination, so synchronization is necessary for the MAC layer protocol. Even apart from that, hidden node problem and exposed node terminal. So this is the very important problems in the ad hoc wireless network. So why hidden node problem and exposed node problem exist in the ad hoc wireless network? So we can brief this problem from the problem of existing, from discussing the problem of existing wireless network problem. So in wireless networks, or in the wireless network, we use the existing MAC layer protocol, that is CSMA oblique CS or CSMA oblique CD algorithm. So that is not applicable for ad hoc wireless network. So what happened in that situation? So in the case of CSMA algorithm, the sensing of the sensing is done only at the transmitter side, but sensing does not happen at the receiver side. So if there is a neighbor node, if they will transmit data from the receiver side, and at the same time, if the transmitter is also sending the data, and from at the receiver end, if in the case of CSMA protocol, if there is a no sensing at the receiving side, if at the same time the other neighboring node will transmit the data, then collision will occur. So that is why CSMA protocol is not applicable in ad hoc wireless networks as it is. So overcoming this problem, the another the algorithm name is MACA and MARCH. There are too many algorithm of the MAC layer has been adopted. So overcoming this problem, the MAC layer algorithm has been developed. So from this perspective, hidden node problem and exposed node problem is significant. So now we will understand what is hidden node problem and what is exposed node problem. So say for example, if I want to transmit, if I am in the one region and he wants to transmit data in the another region. So if say for example, A, B, C are three transmission range, and if A is transmitting, A is hearing, or you can say that A is in the transmission range of B, but A is no transmission range of C, or you can say that A and C are not hearing to each other. Not hearing to each other, it means A and C are not sensing each other. So what will be the problem? If the problem will be that if when A will transmit data to the B, because B in the transmission range of A and B is also transmission range of C, but A and C are not direct transmission range of each other. So if at the same time, if the C will transmit data to the B, the collision will occur. So this is all the several algorithm has been developed for overcoming the hidden node problem. So but till now, all those algorithms that has been developed for overcoming the hidden node problem, all the existing protocol does not completely simplify the hidden node problem, but it simplifies the hidden node problem till certain extent. Say for example, like MSCA protocol or the March protocol, it simplifies the hidden node problem, but approximately it simplifies this hidden node problem approximately 40 to 50%. So we have to design hidden node problem carefully. So right now there are various existing algorithm uh, which we can modify or we can develop our own algorithm to simplify the hidden node problem or the hidden terminals problems. So this is one of the issues of the MAC layer protocol hidden problems. And what is the another problem? That is exposed node problem. So what is exposed node problem? Say for example, in the transmission range of A, if one node is transmitting data to another node in the same transmission range. So at the same time, the neighboring node of a transmitter node cannot transmit their data to the another node. So this is known as exposed node problem. So this is also the main problem of the exposed node problem. So we have to overcome this problem also in the ad hoc wireless network. Uh, for overcoming of this problem as well, exposed node problem, the various algorithm has been developed, but still right now the exposed node problem is not completely solved. If the any researchers have been simplified, then he has simplified or he have addressed the exposed terminal problem up to certain extent. So we have to simplify the exposed node problem at the MAC layer. And if we have to design the MAC layer protocol, what are the other issues we have to keep in the mind? The other is throughput. So if for the successful transmission of the data from the source to the receiver, throughput is very, very important. So for the successful of any MAC layer protocol, throughput is essential, because if the throughput will be high, our network will be our network performance will be good. So if the number of data transmitted per second from the source to the receiver will be maximized, then we can claim that our algorithm is good. So this is, so if we are designing the any MAC layer protocol, so we have to take care of the throughput also. Apart from that, the access delay. So what is meant by access delay? Say for example, if we want to share the channel, so it is not necessary that if we want to access the channel and when we have tried to access the channel, so instantly we have accessed the channel. It doesn't happen in the ad hoc wireless networks. Say for example, if there is a single channel and there is a lot of multiple users are there, and they all want to access the single channel. So what will be the problem? The problem will be that all the users cannot access the channel simultaneously. So what will be? They will compete. So if, say for example, if we want to design the algorithm, what can be what idea came in our mind, we can think about that. If there are various users wants to access the channel, so each will compete each other. Each will for that I will access the channel first. I will access the channel first, and those who will the competition, that node will access the channel. But this is not successful. In this situation, the delay will be more and more. So apart from, so what we can further simplified in this situation, we can consider that okay, it is fine. Those those node who will win the contention, or who will compete, who will compete for the channel access, that node will be that node will access the channel. But if I implement the another algorithm, that no, I will not implement this, but I will implement that if I want to transmit data, first I will check where the channel is idle or not. If the channel is idle, then I will transmit the data, otherwise not. So, but in this situation also there is a problem, is that if I want to transmit the data, and firstly I will check whether the channel is idle or not. So till now the another users or the neighboring nodes will have to wait till their turn. So in this situation also the delay will be more. So for overcoming these problems, we have to design MAC layer protocol to minimize the delay. So say for example, till now we have discussed the various applications of the ad hoc wireless network. So majority of the ad hoc wireless net applications were a real life problem or the real time applications. For example, if we have implemented the algorithm for the uh, uh, monitoring the war activity at the battleground, or when we have implemented for the search and rescue operations. So in all the applications, can we tolerate the delay? No, if we cannot tolerate the delay. Even say for example, if there is a war going on between India and the China, or if there is a war going on between India and Pakistan, and in this situation if there will be delay of 10 second or 1 minute or the 2 minute, we cannot tolerate. So in such a delay, the can uh, another country can breach with our security systems. So we cannot delay, we cannot tolerate delay in these applications. So that is why access delay should be minimized. Access delay should be minimized. It means if you want to transmit our voice, if you want to transmit our video, if you whatever the data I want to transmit, so for all that, firstly we have to access the channel. That channel will be medium access channel. So for access that channel, the delay should be as minimum as possible. So apart from that, what are the other issues we have to keep in mind whenever we want to design the ad hoc wireless network? The next is the fairness. So what is fairness? So fairness refers to provide an equal share to all competing nodes. So for some extent fairness is good, but for the certain applications fairness is not good. Say for example, if we have uh, allotted a certain bandwidth. Say for example, I am talking to you and all. So right now we have right now I have requested to internet service provider that give me give me such amount of data, so that our communication cannot be broken. So what happened, that such amount of data is provided to me from internet services provider, but I want that uh, I can allot the equal share of bandwidth to each and everyone. So what will be the problem in this scenario if we have told that um, if the fairness is implemented in our MAC protocol, so we have to give chance to each and every nodes. Uh, so what will be the problem? So in this situation, what will be the more critical application? Say for example, if video is our more critical application, so for video application we require the large bandwidth. So we have to process the video application first. So what will be the problem of implementing the fairness? The other applications that are in the queue will be stopped, or they will be waiting for their turn. So this is the problem of implementing the fairness. So we cannot be honest in implementing of the ad hoc wireless network, is that we cannot implement fairness in ad hoc wireless network successfully. So it depends on the application to application. But in ad hoc wireless network, the most applications are real time applications. So fairness will be not applicable. So we have to design, or if we have to adopt the bandwidth allocation policy, so we have to adopt carefully. So accordingly we have to design the ad hoc wireless network MAC layer protocol. So the next is the real time traffic support. So it is the very important concern in the ad hoc wireless network. Say for example, if we want to design any MAC layer protocol, so it must be applicable to support the real time traffic support, like voice, video, or the real time data. If say for example, if we have developed the MAC layer algorithm, or if we have developed the um, algorithm of ad hoc wireless network for monitoring the search and rescue operation, for monitoring the battlefield. uh, so in all the applications, or in the video conferencing applications, or in any live applications, in any live program, the our proposed algorithm, or our developed algorithm should support real time traffic support. And apart from that, the resource reservation is required for quality of services. So what is quality of services? So we can say that under certain limitations of the resources, if we want to deliver guaranteed services to the user according to the service level agreement. Say for example, if we want to if the any soldiers in the one region, he wants to communicate another soldiers in the another region. Or you can take examples in Ladakh, or in Ladakh on the mountain, the various soldiers have been deployed, and the different soldiers want to communicate with another soldiers that is placed at Jammu and Kashmir, or from the different states. So in all the situation, we will not be interested in delay. We will not be interested that the our communication system has been delayed, or we will not be interested that the whatever the data we are receiving, it can be blocked. So for seamless connectivity, for the seamless communication among the various soldiers, real time traffic support is applicable. So if we have to develop the ad hoc wireless network algorithm, we need real time traffic support, or as well as the resource reservation. So say for example, if we want to communicate, if the any soldier want to communicate from Ladakh to the Jammu Kashmir with another soldiers, so in this situation, if any node is failed, so due to the failed of one node, our communication system, or our the ad hoc wireless network should not be failed at any cost. So say for example, if we have developed ad hoc wireless network protocol for addressing the quality of services issue, so from this perspective, resource reservation is necessary. So for that circumstances, we have to implement resource reservation, or we can say that, say for example, if we have to of reserve the bandwidth to provide the quality of services. So if one node is failed, then our communication system should not be failed, it should be operational at any time, then we can claim, or then we can say that our proposed algorithm, or whatever the algorithm we have developed for ad hoc wireless network, it is good or it is successful. So that is why we require research reservation. That is why research reservation is required for implementing the quality of services as a mechanism at the MAC layer. So apart from that, what is the other thing that we have to take care? The other is ability to measure resource availability. So we have to also measure the what are the resources we have available. For example, if we want to monitor the landscape, if we want to monitor the fire burn at the mountains, so what we will do, we will implement, or we will mm, spread, or we will deploy the various nodes at the mountains, and we know that every devices and whatever the nodes we have deployed at the mountain or the hills, all are battery operated. So we have to, so our algorithm should be designed in such a way so that it can measure the available resources, how much battery is available, whether it is drained or not, whether it is applicable, and when it has been drained, then we have to replace that node. So we have to take care of all that. So for that we have, if we have to design the MAC layer algorithm, so we have to take care the ability to measure the resource availability. So what is apart from, what is the issues apart from that? Whatever the ad hoc routing protocol we have designed, it should be capable for power control. So this is also very important concern in the ad hoc wireless network, because in the ad hoc wireless network, for example, we have taken the various examples of battlefield, or the search and rescue operation, or in the agricultural field, or in or at the or for monitoring the fire burn at the mountain. So in each and every devices, what happened in ad hoc wireless network, in ad hoc wireless network, whatever the devices we are using, whether you are using mobile phone, whether we are using laptop, whether you are using webcam, whether we are using tablet, whatever the devices, whether you are using cameras, so all the devices or all the equipments are battery operated. So these all the devices are, we can say that, energy restricted equipments in the ad hoc wireless networks. So we have to design the ad hoc wireless network protocol in such a way so that energy consumption should be as less as possible, because if the energy consumption of the nodes will be minimum, so what will be the advantage? The advantage will be that the our whatever the, say for example, for the habitat monitoring or for the agricultural monitoring, if we have designed the network of 100 nodes, if we have, and whenever we have developed the algorithm, in our proposed algorithm the energy consumption is the less, so our 100 nodes of the network will be operational for long time, or you can say that network lifetime of my proposed or my developed algorithm will be more. So for the, for improving the network lifetime, or for increasing the lifetime of the network, we have to handle the power control, or the utilization of power in our algorithm smartly or efficiently. So for that, right now there is a lot of work going on, energy efficient MAC layer protocol, and it is not necessary at only at the MAC layer protocol, but it is also applicable for the network layer protocol as well, for both the network at MAC layer as well as at the network layer. Power consumption protocol or the power aware protocol is necessary, because And right now there is a lot of protocol has been developed for improving the improving the power control mechanism in ad hoc wireless network. But till now whatever the algorithm has been developed, it is not able to completely minimizes the power consumption. Because what happened in the ad hoc wireless network protocol is that when you will implement the ad hoc, or when you will design the ad hoc wireless network algorithm, if you will try to maintain, or if you will try to achieve one of the parameter efficiently, so in that scenario the another parameter is affected. Say for example, if I have tried to improve the throughput in our proposed algorithm, if I want to increase our power consumption, so if I have tried to increase the throughput in our designed algorithm, if we have tried to minimize the power consumption in our proposed algorithm, so in that scenario the other problem may occur, like the packet delivery ratio may be affected, the delay may be affected. So we have to make balance among all the parameters. So you can say that there is a trade-off between all the parameter, and these problems occur in the when you will design the ad hoc wireless network problem. So for improving the one of the parameter, the another parameter will be affected. So you have to design the power aware algorithm in such a way so that the there is a trade off between other parameter as well, and the power consumption may be minimized as less as possible. So apart from that, another mechanism should also be integrated when you will design the ad hoc wireless network algorithm. So that is adaptive rate control. So due to mobility of the network, this problem occurs in the ad hoc wireless network due to mobility of the nodes, variation in the data bit rate it occurs. So we have to design the MAC layer algorithm in such a way so that it support the adaptive rate control. And apart from that, use of directional antenna. So so use of the directional antenna has advantages including increased spectrum reuses, reduced interference, and reduced power consumption. So right now I have discussed about the power aware algorithm. So if we want to algorithm the ad hoc wireless network, so for that we have to implement the directional antenna. So from the so what will be the advantage of the directional antenna in the ad hoc wireless network? So by using the directional antenna, the interference will be uh, reduced, and spectrum reuse it will also be increases, and and the power consumption it will also reduces, and directivity will be also increases. So what will be the advantage of the directivity? So in the ad hoc wireless network, the main problem is the transmission range of each and every nodes. So by using the directional antenna, the transmission range is also increases. So we have to use the directional antenna in our in the proposed ad hoc wireless network. So these are the usages in ad hoc wireless network at the MAC layer. So if we are interested of or from anyone who are doing PhD, or who are doing research work on the ad hoc wireless network, so I have discussed the various MAC layer problem on which we can work. So these all the problems I have discussed, it was for the MAC layer algorithm. So right now, the if we have to design the ad hoc wireless network protocol at the network layer. So for designing the network protocol, what should be issues, what should be the design issues we have to kept in mind. So for routing, the main concern is the mobility. So I have already discussed that in various applications, for example, in military applications, the various soldiers are mobile each and every time. So, so each and every soldiers are mobile each and every time. So what happened due to mobility of the, so each and every uh, soldiers are represented by the nodes. So we can say that each and every nodes are mobile. So due to mobility of the nodes, frequent path breaks occur. So we have to design a network protocol in such a way that the mobility problem of ad hoc wireless network can be effectively minimized, or it can be effectively addressed in our proposed network layer protocol. So one issue is the mobility, and what is the another issue? Another issue is the bandwidth constraints. So already we have discussed that ad hoc wireless network, it uses 2.4 gigahertz ISM band. That is unlicensed band. So what is happening according to the FCC regulations? Uh, the right now the unlicensed band uses 2.4 gigahertz ISM band, and we are interested what is available freely. So we are more interested towards that. So right now the unlicensed band is freely available. So, and it is bandwidth constants. So the available, the 2.4 gigahertz band, that is ISM band, that is heavily crowded. So we have to switch towards other option as well. Say for example, if we have to allot the bandwidth spectrum, so we cannot only dependent only on the ISM band or the 2.4 gigahertz band. We have to explore apart from ISM band. So what can be the another option? So the other option can be licensed band as well, and there can be switching between licensed as well as unlicensed band. So how we can allot the bandwidth to the licensed band as well as unlicensed band? So for that also we have to develop the network routing protocol efficiently. So if we have to design the network layer protocol, so we have to design in such a way so that bandwidth constraint can be addressed carefully. So apart from that, what can be other problems? The other resource constraints such as computing power, battery power. Say for example, if in the sensor nodes, or for the monitoring of agricultural application, for monitoring of flood, or for monitoring of various pests in all the applications, the processing power of each and every nodes are limited, and battery power is also limited. So we have to design the network layer protocol in such a way so that it utilizes the computing power less, or battery consumption utilizes should be less. So accordingly we have to design the network layer protocol. So say for example, if we want to develop the network routing protocol for the ad hoc wireless networks, so in this situation, if we want to develop the routing protocol layer, so it should be minimum route acquisition delay. Although it was also requirement at the MAC layer, but it is also necessary at the routing layer also. So minimum route acquisition delay to acquire the route, or say for example, if any node transmit the data from source to the destination, so for that the source node want to acquire the path suddenly, and for acquiring the path the delay should be minimum, as less as possible. So because if you want to transmit data from source to the destination, so we will be not interested in more delay. So for designing the network layer protocol, the route acquisition delay should be as minimum as possible. So if we are designing the network layer protocol, the delay should be minimum. So apart from that, what is the other issues? Other is the loop free routing. So what is happening in at the network protocol? We can take the example. Say for example, I am in the Gautam Buddha University, Greater Noida, and I have to go from Gautam Buddha University to Delhi. So for that, which path I will adopt? I will go from Gautam Buddha University to the Parichok, and from Parichok to the Botanical Garden, and from Botanical Garden to the other destination addresses where we have to go. So this is one of the existing path is available that I am using. But currently, I came to know that another path is also available, that is from expressway or from the Yamuna expressway. So, and that is shortest, and that takes less time, and that is shortest path from my existing path that I was following. So, but again, I know that this is the shortest path. This I have the alternate option to go from this from Gautam Buddha University to the Delhi. But again, what I am doing again and again, I am doing from Gautam Buddha University to Parichak, Parichak to Botanical Garden, Garden to the desired destination. So this is the looping problem in the routing. So this is the example of the loop free routing. So in ad hoc wireless network, if I want to transmit data from the source to the destination, so it should be loop free routing. Loop free routing, it means we have to not use the stale information. Say for example, if I want to transmit data from source to destination, and I was using the one specified shortest path, but I am seeing that the another updated path is also also available, that is shortest, and that path also utilizes less energy. So we have to switch towards that path. So we have to free from loop free routing. So if we are designing the routing protocol at the network layer, so it should be loop free. So what are the other problems when we will develop the network routing protocol in for the ad hoc wireless network? It will be distributed routing approach. So in the starting, I have discussed what is happened in the existing wireless network, that Wi-Fi is fixed, router is fixed, so the various devices are fixed. So the transmission of data has been done through router, through the base station, through the mobile switching center. But but ad hoc wireless network does not support this. So what ad hoc wireless network support this? Ad hoc wireless network support the distributed routing approach. So what is distributing routing approach? That if we have to transmit data from the source to the destination, so it will be not necessary that only one node will be act as a router. So each and every node will act as a router, as well as each and every node act as a transceiver. It means the whatever the intermediate node we have available, so all the nodes can transmit the data as well as receive the data. That is so in ad hoc wireless network, all the nodes all the nodes participate in the routing. That is why I have told it should be distributed routing approach. So whatever the ad hoc wireless network we have to develop or we have to design, it should be distributed. So next is the minimum control overhead. So this is the very important issues in the network layer protocol, as well as at the although I have not discussed at the MAC layer protocol this, but this problem minimum control overhead, this is very important concern at the MAC layer as well as the network layer also. So what is control overhead? So control overheads is that, say for example, if I want to transmit the data from the source to destination. So if I can take the example of MAC layer protocol, if I have developed the MAC layer protocol or the MAC layer algorithm for access the channel. So what will be the mechanism? The mechanism will be the source will firstly check whether the channel is idle or not. So first mechanism is that the what will be the another mechanism will be that firstly I can send the request to the transmitter through, say for example, through hello packet or through the through the RTS packets. So I can send the several or it depends on our algorithm, that I am using the one control packet, or I am using two control packet, or I am using the three control packet. So for the successful transmission of data, I uses the help of control packet. So say for example, if I have to transmit the data, so hello packet and RTS and CTS and route request, so all are the control packets. So for the so what is so the for accessing the channel at the MAC layer, we have to use the control packet. And even network layer also, for the successful transmission from source to the destination, we have to use the control packets. So what is the drawback of the control packets? The drawback of control packet is that, say for example, each and every whether it is data packet or whether it is control packet, it uses certain bandwidth, it uses certain energy. So if we will increase the control packet, so the power consumption will be increases, the bandwidth consumption will be increases. So what will happen? So the problem will be that the various devices battery level or the power consumption will be ended in very less time. So we can say that network lifetime of our the design network will be not more, or even we cannot claim. Say for example, if I have developed the routing algorithm and I am claiming that I have developed the routing protocol or I have developed the ad hoc routing protocol for the monitoring of soldier application at the battlefield, and whatever the algorithm I have developed for the monitoring of soldier application, and our algorithm is not running for a long time. So this is the drawback of control overhead. Or so if I am implementing, if I am designing the network routing protocol, we have to reduces the uses of control packet exchange as less as possible. So we have even for the if say for example, if we want to increase the throughput, if we want to increase the packet delivery ratio, if we want to increase the delay,
स्क्रीन अगर आपको कंटिन्यू करना है तो फिर से शेयर कर दो स्क्रीन विमलेश।
Emergency alarm were attacked by were captured by attackers, and what they have done, they've just all the alarms that are present in the city, just blown up in the midnight, creating a situation of chaos and fear.
हेलो, हाँ जी मैम।
विमलेश 1 घंटा हो गया और बोलोगे?
आप जैसा कि
किसी और दिन एक दूसरा लेक्चर शेड्यूल कर दूं?
जैसा आपकी जो मर्जी।
आज का खत्म कर देते हैं
ठीक,
क्योंकि
ठीक।
दूसरा लेक्चर स्टार्ट हो चुका है।
ठीक। अभी 2 घंटा भी चल सकता था। ठीक है,
एक और शेड्यूल कर दूं?
ठीक है।
वेरी नाइस।
ओके मैम।